An interesting woman.
Yes.
Mixed parentage?
Yes.
Her mother was
Chinese.
Oh. Baron, you know that I have communicated my fears to the Emperor regarding the road on which you are determined to lead the nation.
Your Highness, the decisions already have been submitted to the Emperor.
Your great influence, Baron, could still check the militarists. I am but an old man whose voice no longer carries its authority.
But you are among the most highly esteemed in my cabinet, Your Highness.
Esteemed. Esteemed as a liberal screen. I'm the scroll of the poet behind which samurai swords are being sharpened.
Without armed strength, we will perish. That is my view.
Those views will lead Japan to disaster.
We see the problem differently.
That is true. To uphold my beliefs, I would die with honor. You, Baron Tanaka, will die only to erase your dishonor.
Mr. Hayashi and Mr. Condon.
It is a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Condon. Colonel Tojo of the Imperial Army. And you know Major Kajioka, Imperial Secret Police. Mr. Nicholas Condon. Please sit down. Thank you for coming to my home. It is more agreeable than meeting at the office. Here, we are not bothered with newspaper men. Your front page story yesterday, Mr. Condon, was somewhat embarrassing.
Can't please everybody.
Of course. We realize you had no way of knowing it was an inopportune moment for such a story.
Bluntly, Mr. Condon, certain liberal subversive factions within our own country are seeking to create an incident to weaken the present government. They are responsible for the malicious rumor which you have regrettably printed.
As I said, Mr. Condon, the story itself is unimportant. These rumors of a document which plans world conquest are ridiculous. But should this rumor be taken seriously by the wrong people, a blazing fire might be kindled which Japan would find costly to extinguish.
Oh, I see. What you're saying is you'd like the Chronicle to put on a Fire Prevention Week campaign. Is that it?
No, Mr. Condon. Within the past 24 hours, we've discovered a plot to smuggle this forged document out of Japan. A man by the name of Oliver Miller, one of their former employees, is involved.
We could recover the document from him by force, if we chose. We would prefer that you persuade him to return it to us.
It seems you haven't heard, Your Excellency. No, your secret police, Major, that Mr. and Mrs. Miller were murdered last night.
Yes, we read in the papers this morning about your escapade last night, Mr. Condon. In your incoherent condition, you spoke of this unpleasant fantasy. As we were concerned with the fate of Mr. Miller even more than you, we immediately made inquiries. From the captain of the Nagata Maru, a most trustworthy gentleman. Isn't it clear to you now?
Mm-hmm. Perfectly clear.
In every detail, Mr. Condon. Murder is an ugly and dishonorable act, and to prove it, someone must be accused. Bodies must be produced. No, Mr. Condon. To approach this problem that way would only lead you to many difficulties. But if you send Mr. Miller a radiogram, I am sure he will return the document to us through you. Everyone would be enormously relieved, and you would greatly profit. We will all live to laugh at the strange hallucination which you experienced last night.
See. Well, you want this forgery returned?
Yes.
And you're willing to pay plenty for it? All right. Here's my price. When the United States Embassy is informed that the murderers of Ollie Miller and his wife, I mean the real murderers, Oshman Hishikata, not a couple of sacrificial monkeys, are brought to trial and convicted, then, and only then, the thing that you're looking for may turn up.